Hey guys, it's Monica from Is It Naptime Yet? This is my second time doing the video. I just went back, I just did the whole video, did great, and went back to see how everything lined up, if I was in frame and everything, and found out it didn't even record. The camera turned itself off. So, if I am flustered in this video, repeat myself, or don't even mention something, I am so sorry. Because I got pregnancy brain anyway, and so I am so flustered trying to remember, did I mention it in the last video? Okay. Just a warning for you all. Alright, so anyway, I will be 26 weeks pregnant tomorrow. And so this is kind of a pregnancy update, but not going over the grand scope of things for my pregnancy, just this is pretty specific. Because I just wanted to talk to y'all about what's going on and offer some help to any of you that may need it. So my midwife, I am doing a home birth. I'm planning on a home birth, and my amazing midwife, Christine, she comes to me for all of my prenatal visits. Even for like blood tests, blood draws and stuff, prenatal labs, she comes to me and does them all. How awesome is that? I have 4 kids, and so me not having to run out to a doctor's visit all the time is such a relief. So she came out this past week for, it was my 25-week visit, and so she came over, and because I have some red flag indicators of like risk factors for gestational diabetes, she wanted to test me early. I believe the regular window is about like 28 weeks they test, but she wanted to test me at 25 weeks. Some of my personal risk factors were, my mom was just diagnosed with pre-diabetes, so an immediate relative. Plus, diabetes runs pretty high on both sides of my family, my mom and my dad's side. Diabetes comes a calling for a lot of my relatives. And so unfortunately my uncle, I call him my uncle, but I guess he's not directly my uncle, but it's my uncle, unfortunately just lost a leg to diabetes. And he's been having some trouble with his other leg since. So this is all a wake-up call. And when I mentioned it to my midwife, she was like, all right, wow. Ding, 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 little flag, little warning bell going off. Another one is, this is my 5th baby. When I was pregnant with my 3rd baby, I had gestational diabetes, and I was able to keep everything under control with diet, and I never got it with my 4th. I didn't have it with the first 2 pregnancies. It was just that 3rd one, and I was hoping it was a fluke and I would never get it again. But this time around, I do have it. Well, spoiler alert. I didn't think I was gonna have it again, but she wanted to check just in case. And another red flag is that I was overweight at time of conception. I still am overweight, but that was another one. I'm also, I believe, it's a risk factor for moms that are over 25. Well, I'm 36. So I'm kind of hitting the red flags all along the way. And there was something I was going to say about something I just mentioned, but I don't remember it. Okay. So anyway, so yes. So I'll be 26 weeks tomorrow, but she tested me early. For those of you who are not familiar really with what gestational diabetes is, there's a lot of different input, but we'll go with the most widely believed, is that it's a type of diabetes that you only get when you're pregnant. It typically sets in at 28 weeks and will last for, the last 12 weeks of pregnancy, and then it goes away on its own. That's typically what, gestational diabetes is. Now she is, like I said, testing me early. Some complications that can happen, experts say, with gestational diabetes are like very large babies, like over 9 pounds. even my baby I had, the third pregnancy, he was just at 7 pounds an ounce or something. He was, you know, he was an average size, but my biggest baby was, I believe, 7'2", 7 pounds, 2 ounces. So I don't have huge babies, so it's kind of scaring me thinking, what if it's gonna be a huge baby, like a 10-pounder coming out? This is a home birth, this is gonna be all natural and it's going to hurt. So, not to mention that they say it can harm the baby, that it can become dependent on, is it the glucose? I'm so sorry, I'm not like totally prepared for this. But it can go through withdrawals and have problems at birth. My third baby, even though I kept my diabetes under control, they still tested him a couple of times, his blood sugar levels, to make sure he was okay. And he was, but you know, you still want to take those precautions. With my third, okay, I'm sorry. Let's rewind a little bit. With my third pregnancy, let's fast forward a little bit, then we'll rewind. How they test for diabetes in pregnancy. My midwife gave me 2 options. One was I could do a finger prick. When you prick your finger, get a little bit of blood and test it with a glucometer, I think it's called, a glucose meter, a blood glucose meter. And she said I could do that for 5 days. I would test in the morning as soon as I woke up, and then I would test at some point in the day about 2 hours after I've eaten a meal. 1 hour or 2 hours after I'd eaten a meal. I didn't like that option. I hate those stupid finger pricks. They hurt. It's a little teeny tiny needle, but it hurts a lot. So, and I have a fear of needles. So the other option was I could drink this stuff, this nasty stuff, called glucola. It's basically like a syrupy water. It comes in a bottle like this. I had the kind, it was orange flavored. It's supposed to be orange flavored. And it's 100 grams. Yeah, it's 10 ounces. 100 grams of dextrose. It's like a syrup. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I liked the taste of it. And people would complain and I'm like, oh, it tastes good. Not anymore. My taste buds have definitely changed over the years, and I almost puked everywhere when I was drinking it. I was like, this is awful. And then I got all hot and sweaty. Like, your body, you know, lets you know what they think of that drink. And what they're doing is they're overloading your body. I've been fasting for the night, like 12 hours. I hadn't eaten through the night or that morning. So first thing in the morning, I drank the glucola. And they were going to test my blood, take a blood sample to see how my body was processing those carbs. Was it able to handle them really well, or was it going to go and hurt the baby? My body just couldn't digest it and process it very well. I've been doing a lot of research on this, and there's a lot of different beliefs on what can alter your outcome of your glucose test, the 1 hour one that I did. That's why I kind of got, not lectured, but was told by my friends, hey, you should have went with the finger pricks. That's much more accurate. So keep this in mind, ladies. If you are offered the choice, it is much more accurate to go with the finger pricks. My midwife does not impose her beliefs on me. So even though she felt that the 5 days of finger pricks was more accurate, she respected my decision to want to do the 1 hour testing. She said she understood where I was coming from, my fear of needles, all of that. So she didn't make me feel guilty in any way. And so I just did the 1 hour test. Now I've been trying to cut down on the bad carbs lately. Pasta, I have, over the last month or two, I've tried to switch over. I use whole grain pasta, not whole wheat, but whole grain pasta. I've been using brown rice instead of white rice. I don't eat bread nearly as much as I used to. And I don't eat cereal a lot. I buy it for my kids, but I don't really eat that. So I haven't been eating a whole lot of carbs. So some people say that that can affect the way my body is going to process this nasty glucola. I don't know. I'm not sure. I should have went with the finger pricks, but I didn't. And so my midwife came on Wednesday and took my blood. Last night, Thursday night, which was the next day. She is so awesome. She called me at around 8:30 last night and said, Monica, we got some bad news. She's like, I got your results in and I did not do well on the test. My target range was, they wanted me under 140, my glucose level. They wanted me under 140. My level when she drew was 189, so it was high. So I have to modify my diet now. Basically, it's like I have diabetes. And I'm not sure if we're doing the 3-hour test, but she told me I need to go out and get myself a glucose meter. She told me not to use the one that I used with my 3rd pregnancy because he's 6 years old now. She's like, that machine's old, get a brand new one. We know that it's gonna work well. And I have to modify my diet. I have to eat low carb, and which means not a lot of fruit, which is sad because I've been craving. The only thing that I really enjoy, like I really love, I love fruit juices and fruits, and those are gonna have to go for the most part. And so no processed foods. With my 3rd pregnancy with diabetes, that nutritionist, she told me to eat the frozen, like Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, lean cuisine meals, because everything's measured out for you. They counted the carbs, and all you do is pop that baby in the microwave, and there you go. A well-balanced, diabetes-friendly meal. I now know the error of my ways. I did it. She also told me, because I used to drink soda a lot, she also told me, just switch to diet soda. And I did. So it worked. My numbers went down. I kept them under control. And my baby was fine. I was fine. But there is so much crap in those meals, those processed foods. And not to mention, the sodium levels, which can lead to preeclampsia or eclampsia, high blood pressure, just a lot of problems in your pregnancy. Not to mention just your everyday life. So I don't want to go that route. So my midwife and I are forming a game plan of whole foods, low carb diet to get me through this and see if we can control my numbers naturally. Now, if I do not get my numbers under control with diet and exercise alone, she also wants me to exercise 30 minutes a day, even if it's just an intentional walk. Not just like me walking into my bedroom to clean it, but actually walking my yard or my neighborhood. So 30 minutes of exercise a day. If I cannot control this with diet and exercise alone, then mine's blank. I'm not eligible for a home birth. I really, really want a home birth. This is my dream, this pregnancy. This was my dream before I even got pregnant, before I even knew I was gonna get pregnant, I was like, I wish I could do a home birth. And that's all out the window if I can't get my numbers under control. So, eating whole foods, no processed foods. I need to go to low carb. And I am allowed, she said, 45 grams of carbs per meal. Let me see, I'm trying to remember without turning on my phone. My targeted range, I have to take check my glucose levels, my blood glucose levels in the morning as soon as I wake up before I eat anything, and then 2 hours after each meal. So my morning levels, when I first wake up, she wants my levels under 95, and my levels after eating, my levels 2 hours after eating have to be under 120. Now, I tested this morning and my levels were 97 first thing in the morning. So that's like 2 points above what she wants. I don't know if that's like, I was looking and I looked it up and they were saying anything over 99 shows diabetes, like pre-diabetes. So since it's 97, that's still lower. So I'm hoping that's just her safety range of 95 and under. Hopefully 97 is not a, you know, huge bad thing. So let me go back to that though, how I tested. So she told me she wanted me to begin testing as soon as possible. Like today, if like she called me last night, hopefully today I was able to get a hold of a kit. So last night I went on to my good friend Amazon and ordered myself a kit with 1-day delivery. If I would have ordered it before noon, I probably would have gotten same-day delivery. But I ordered it last night around 9:30 and I got it today by noon. I believe it was $40 and it's everything that I need to test for diabetes. It also includes 100 test strips and 100 of the, is it called lancets, the little needles? So there's 100 tests in there, plus the glucose meter and just basically everything I need to test. It was $31, I believe, for a kit with 50 test strips and 50 needles, but we figured I'm gonna go through those quick, we might as well just go for the 100. So that was, I believe, $40 or $41 for this. And I'll do another video that shows everything that comes in it if anyone's interested. Let me know if you're interested in seeing what comes in the kit. So I'm going to test in the morning as soon as I wake up and after each meal. And if I control my levels, great. You know, I can still go ahead with my home birth and hopefully everything will be great. And I also wanted to show you before I get off here, I got, let me see. I got this app. She wanted me to track, I used to, with my third pregnancy, I tracked everything manually, but she suggested getting an app to check everything. So I don't know if you see, there's that little green thing. It's like a little monster. It's called My Sugar. And I don't know how it works exactly. I just got it last night and I was playing with it today. But basically, I'm going to track all my numbers. See, this morning when I tested, it was 97, so I put that in, and that's showing my last reading, I believe, is 97. And I believe this is going to end up turning into a chart. It's going to show when my numbers go up and down. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can scroll through your day and look at it like a timeline of what your numbers were. And I'm sure I'll get better at this as time goes on. For right now, but look, it's cute. I don't know if I'm going to mess anything up by pushing this, but look. Ha! It does like this little laugh. And I hope that's not like doing something like messing up my numbers or something by checking that. But so yeah, it's the My Sugar diabetes tracker or something. I got it from the Google Play Store on my phone. I have an Android. So that's what's going on with me. I'm hoping to be able to make some cooking videos, some recipe videos of low carb, whole food based meals so that I'm able to help out some of you who may be lost and overwhelmed. I've been studying nutrition and not formally, but on my own, different types of lifestyles, vegan, raw vegan, vegetarian, low carb. I kind of have been looking into all of them over the years. I used to be high raw vegan, which meant not all of my meals were raw, but 66% of my meals a day were uncooked plant-based foods. So like a lot of salads and smoothies and excuse me. And then my dinner was cooked, a cooked vegan meal. So I got really healthy that way, but I just kind of trying to prepare meals for 6 people in my family that way because they all wanted to do it with me. I was so gung-ho. I knew it was the healthy way to go, but I just couldn't keep up with making it for everyone. So I eventually fell off the wagon and just wanted to go, okay, well, I'll go cooked vegan. So I was doing cooked vegan, and then, oh, well, let's add in some eggs and, you know, cheese. And so then we went to vegetarian, and then from there, when I got pregnant, I just really started wanting some meats. And so I'm not following any specific type of lifestyle. I've been eating unhealthy, you know, I'm tired. This is my 5th pregnancy, so a lot of times, hey honey, I'm tired. Can you bring home some Wendy's? Or hey, let's go to Steak and Shake for dinner. I might not eat a lot. I don't have a lot of appetite this pregnancy, but what I was eating, a lot of it was crap. So I'm gonna, you know, focus on making healthy recipes, and I'm hoping to be able to find the time to record some of those for you, because I know it's overwhelming. I even know what I needed to do. There was no question in my mind of what kind of foods I needed to eat, but it still was so overwhelming to be told the news. Guess what? You have diabetes. So I would love to help some of you who are feeling just as overwhelmed. And so you can look forward, hopefully, to seeing some videos from me coming up soon of me showing you what kind of foods you can eat to give you and your baby the nutrition you need while keeping your blood sugar in check. All right? Well, in the meantime, till my next video, or just to come hang out with me over on Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/isitnaptimeyet. And I'll talk to you all later, all right? Again, those of you following my pregnancy journey, I will be 26 weeks tomorrow. So yay, I'm getting so close. What is that, 14 weeks till the big day. More or less, hopefully not less. I'm so scared I'm gonna go into labor unexpectedly. So let's keep our fingers crossed that I can keep my numbers in check naturally and still go ahead with my home birth. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.